Welcome back to Normski TV. It's been a long time, well over a month now, probably 5 weeks. Last time I posted was when I reported about Mikel Arteta being tested positive with COVID-19, and it's been a long time, and a lot of stuff has gone on since that period. A lot of personal stuff sort of was kind of in my life with family, and we're just kind of getting through it now, and thank God one of my family members has come through and pulled through COVID-19, so I'm very grateful to God that's we've seen the worst of that. But it has been a long time since I've posted anything concerning Arsenal, and just to say welcome back, and it's good to be back. As you can see, I'm wearing a hat because my hair is just well overgrown. I need to get it cut. No barbers about, everything's on lockdown, as you well know, and I've been at home for a good couple of weeks. That's due, as I said, to one of my family members not feeling well, so I've asked for some time off work. But as I said, they've got through the worst case scenario now, so we're just praying and hoping that he gets home safely back to his house and can start enjoying life again. A lot's happened. A lot of things have gone under the bridge in terms of with Arsenal. In terms of the players and the club. Asking for wage cuts and stuff like that. I don't really know too much about it. I haven't really looked into it, but just sort of hearing bits of news that's been flying about that obviously they're in negotiation with the players to take a wage cut. I think the players want more of a wage deferral, and I can understand why. A lot of clubs right now, it looks like everybody's coming out. It's Thursday night, everybody's coming out and clapping for the NHS. It's 8 o'clock now, so I can hear them clapping away. But I'm still going to carry on with this, and we want to just give them a clap. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock, so yeah, we're coming out and giving them a clap. So I'm just going to follow suit with them. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. You can hear that? Well, that's our street clapping for the NHS, so we continue to keep them in our prayers. But as I said, talking about Arsenal, they are trying to negotiate with their players, and because with this COVID-19, with the league still not decided, and we don't know when. We've gone into another state of lockdown for another 3 weeks. We don't know when the league is going to complete, and so at the moment lots of teams in the Premier League are losing money, and I don't think, personally speaking, and listening to other channels, that football teams are going to be able to spend the way they want to spend because of the amount of money that has been lost, revenue lost in football. So it's going to be a strange transfer window this summer, because at the end of the day, where are they going to get the money to be buying these players? Does it mean that the likes of Pierre Aubameyang and Lacazette, players that we thought potentially might go in the summer, and that can still happen, will have to just stay because there's no money about. But we'll see what happens. But I'm just going to kind of look at currently what's happening with Arsenal in the transfer market, and just checking over the news. Today I was just looking at Arsenal reportedly close to announcing the free agent Layvin Kurzawa from PSG. We was linked with him in January. Unfortunately, we didn't get him, or should I say fortunately we didn't get him, I don't know. I mean, he played for ASA Monaco, or AS Monaco. Went from there to PSG, but he hasn't really held down a place in the PSG side. Only played something like 14 games and only starting just 9. So he hasn't really locked down his place. But Arsenal are in pole position, and if not pole position, are on the verge of signing him on a 5-year deal on a free transfer. He plays at left back, so he would be, probably likely to be the backup to Kieran Tierney, even though Kieran Tierney has been out injured for the best part of the season. But he's back in training. He's in contention when this league does start to sort of make a comeback. You've got Sead Kolasinac, who also has been playing in that position. He's also been injured, and on and off, and he hasn't really held down his place there. And we've got Bukayo Saka, who's been playing in that makeshift role, and to be honest, he's been doing a fantastic job there. And so, come the summer and come the start of the new season, if we do land this guy from PSG, Kurzawa, what does that mean for the likes of Sead Kolasinac? And I suppose with Bukayo Saka, does he sort of go back into the left midfield position, or is Arteta going to stick with him? Because he has really been doing a great job in that position. So what we have here is potentially that position pretty much taken care of with Kieran Tierney there. And if we get this Kurzawa guy, as I said, he's 27 years old, so he's got still a few years left in him, and it might mean that Sead Kolasinac will have to make way and move out the club. That's the only thing I can think of that could happen. So we'll see how that all pans out, but it's looking like that's probably going to be the likely first signing that we make. As you say, Arsenal are on this free thing at the moment because, as I said, I don't know where the money's going to come from, but this is what it is at the moment. So we'll just see how that all pans out. There's another interesting story which I'd say report on. This happened I think probably about a day or so ago, and that's Thomas Partey. Apparently Arsenal I don't know if you want to say pole position, but they've reports coming out of Italy have said that Arsenal have tabled a 43.5 million offer on the table. They've put that on the table, which is basically them taking advantage of his release clause. He plays for Atletico Madrid. He's a defensive midfielder, fantastic player, 26 years old, very pivotal to Diego Simeone's side. And I think, Atletico are trying to actually lock him down to a new deal. And I think what they're trying to do as well was, if they do lock him down to a new deal, is obviously up his buyout clause, because at the moment it stands at 43.5 million. It seems as if Arsenal have put the money down on the table to try and see if they can activate that clause. As I said, at the moment, don't know. We haven't heard anything else, but that's what's coming out of Italy. He would be fantastic if we do get him. Fantastic player, strong player, Ghanaian player, and something that Arsenal need. If he does come in, what does it mean for the likes of Torreira? He's done okay, but again, he's been in and out of the side, hasn't really featured much. And I know clubs from Syria have been looking at, I believe it's either AC Milan or Inter Milan. If somebody correct me in the comments, that the chances are that if Partey does come in, it could mean that Torreira goes to one of these clubs in Italy, and it's been spouted about definitely last summer that he wanted to leave the club. He wasn't happy at the club, and that he would prefer move back to Italy. So we'll have to again wait and see. But it would be great if we could land Thomas Partey. It would be a fantastic signing, because we really do need someone in front of that back four to help protect them. Because too many times we've opened up like the Red Sea, and even though under Arteta we have become more structured and more tight and very hard to break down, but I still feel that we're missing that big imposing defender or defensive midfielder in front of that back four. So Thomas Partey for me will be a fantastic signing. There's other clubs looking at him, the likes of Liverpool, but I don't know why Liverpool would want him, because they've got so many people in that area, in that particular position. Why would they want to go for him? And I know he played against them in the Champions League. I think it was quarterfinals or semi-finals. I can't remember, quarterfinals, and he done a fantastic job against them. So there's talk about other clubs such as like Liverpool looking at him, but I'd hope that Arsenal would be somewhere where he would like to come to. And listen, he will make us really much stronger than what we are now. Going on, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Mr. Auba. Ever since the start of this COVID, we've been hearing a lot of rumours about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He still hasn't signed the deal. He's only got a year left on his contract, and we're coming into his last year. Means that he could potentially start negotiating with clubs and going on a free next summer, or if not, he could go this summer. And there are reports coming out that he's asked for a move to Real Madrid, or Real Madrid are looking at him, and Arsenal looking like wanting to get rid of him for a measly 43 million. Now, he's our top goal scorer, one of the top goal scorers in the Premier League. He's one of the best strikers in Europe, and it would be really mad if we lost this guy. He's such a fantastic player. He's loved by all the Arsenal fans. He's scored 20 goals in all competitions for us, and again, he's the team captain as well. And I suppose one of the things we're going to ask ourselves is that if he went to Real Madrid, or if he went to a Barcelona, would he be that main man? You got the likes of Messi, do you know what I mean, at Barcelona. He's our captain. Give him what he wants. He's on 100 and I don't know what the actual figure is, but if he wants 250k on a 4-year deal, give it to him, because he's the one that's actually keeping us, in the position we are now. And if it wasn't for him, mate, we would probably be further down the table. So I would not like to lose this guy, because he's a fantastic player. Brilliant goal scorer, fantastic movement in the box, and it would be a shame to let him go. I know the likes of Zidane is interested in him, likes him a lot, and I just hope that Arsenal will try and lock him down. They have still not come to any sort of agreement, but they need to lock him down and give him what he wants. We cannot afford to lose him. I know the president of Gabon came out and was saying that he needs to move to a bigger club, and because he's not going to win anything with Arsenal. But I think if we get the right players in the right position, and we've got the likes of Aubameyang, and you've got the likes of Martinelli, and if we can keep Lacazette, but I know we're going to need to generate money to get the likes of Partey. Does it mean that we would have to sell Aubameyang? To be honest, I'd rather get rid of the likes of Lacazette, because I know Atletico Madrid are interested in him, and get some decent money for him, and then sell the players that we don't need, the likes of El Nene. He's coming back. He's going to come back to club. Mkhitaryan. These players we need to be getting off our books. The likes of Mustafi, we need to be getting off our books. We've got Mari, who's still on loan to us. Are we going to keep him? What's going to happen there? We need to be looking at our options and looking at what players we need to keep, there's going to be some big decisions that Arteta is going to have to make come the summer. And I know he said there was 3 scenarios. What those scenarios are based on how Arsenal and come out of this lockdown. You know, they're not going to have the money to spend, and therefore they're going to need to sell before they can even think about buying. And if they are going to start buying, you know, they're not going to really be going for the top end players. So it's important, absolutely important, that we keep the likes of Aubameyang. You know, keep our best players. Aubameyang, Ozil, you know, he's just going to stick around like a sore thumb. You know, with 350 grand a week, he ain't going to give that up. So at the moment, I don't see anybody coming in for him. You know, the only likely place that he could go to is somewhere like America. He ain't going to go to China, because you know what happened with him there. So the only likely place he could really go to is America. Again, we'll have to see what happens. But Arsenal have to make sure they lock down Pierre Aubameyang. We have to lock him down, and we've got to really look carefully on the players that are required, you know, to surplus, to say, look, you know, you're going to have to go. You're not good enough for the club. You know, you're not good enough for the club. Granit Xhaka's done okay. Would I keep him? If Torreira's going to go, maybe would have to keep him. You know, you got Dani Ceballos, who's going to go back in the summer back to Real Madrid. Again, would I keep him? We was linked with Coutinho, possibly on a loan move, but his wages are going to be quite high. You know, you're paying half his wages. I think he's currently on nearly 290 grand a week, and we'll be paying half of that. It's 145,000 on a loan deal. That's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. But we do need scoring, attacking midfielders, and at the moment we haven't had many goals coming from the midfield. You know, as I said, the only player that's really, for me, that's done well in that area is Martinelli, Gabriel Martinelli, who's done absolutely fantastic. Young player, got so much potential. Again, you need to lock him down. So there's a lot of thinking, there's a lot of thoughts that we have to, you know, that Arsenal really have to be looking at in terms of players. I don't know. I don't know. At the moment, you know, I don't know what to say. I'm just hoping that we will make the right decisions. As I say, there's a lot of players that have got to go back on loan. I think we got Cedric, who we got on loan from Southampton. Are we gonna take him? I don't know. He's a right back. He plays at right back, so they recover there for Bellerin. There's so much thinking to do kind of summer, but what's really hampering us is this whole lockdown and the fact that the Premier League hasn't started. So we'll just hope that things will turn out to be the best, and I just pray and hope that you know, Arteta will find the right players, get them in on time. It makes it really difficult because, as I said, there's not much football being played, so you can't really kind of get a gauge to see who's in form or what. So it might be that we end up keeping the same players. It might mean that we keep the same players. I don't know. And then the Premier League, does it finish? You know, what are your thoughts on that? Will the Premier League play out, and will they cancel the league? I mean, what will this mean for, you know, teams at the bottom, teams coming up from the Championship? You know, Liverpool not possibly getting the title because the league was made null and void. Who knows? We don't know what the future holds at the moment. And as I said, you know, we've got 3 weeks, another 3 weeks of lockdown. You know, there's a lot of competitions that are being cancelled or postponed until next season. So there's so much, and we'll just see how everything pans out. But listen, thanks for staying with me. I know I haven't posted for a few weeks, and you know, I'm hoping to get back on that. And you know, my son's been bugging me, so I'm going to get back on it and start, you know, posting regularly, looking at what the, you know, the daily transfers and who's coming in and what the latest gossips are at the moment. But listen, please like, subscribe and share, and please you know, put a comment down there and just tell me how you think this whole thing is going to all pan out. Listen, take care. See you next time.